I'm going to show the intro. We are live. Dr. Lubna and Coach Yvonne are live. So we are live on 4 platforms. We are live on LinkedIn. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube, and we are on Wisdom Audio. So hello, everyone. My name is Yvonne Robinson Jackson. Let me just give you a very quick intro. Because you can see me on LinkedIn, you can also see me on YouTube. I am an executive career coach. I help you to get hired, get promoted, and advance in your career with my I'm struggling today. But I help you to get promoted, help you to earn higher incomes with my advanced training in oh God, I'm blocking out today, but I help you to get hired and get promoted. That's all you need to
Let's breathe. Let's breathe, Yvonne. It's the end of the
know why
week.
I'm doing this today, because guess
Oh,
what? We all make mistakes, and I'm kind of, my brain is going like 50 miles per hour, but I
it's
help
okay.
you to communicate with confidence so that you can get that salary that you're going for. My God, I was way out today. This is what I'm telling you guys. Even in your job, sometimes it doesn't, like you're saying, okay, you just, you know, blocked out or block out in a minute. So this is good for you to know that you don't have to show up perfect.
Yeah.
That's what that means. So Dr. Lubna, let us go.
My dear Yvonne, yes, it's okay to be human. It's okay. It's okay to be human. And you know what just happened? I mean, it happened to me a couple of times this week, and I'm like, what's going on? We're just getting tired, and it's a new season, and there are a lot of also some conflicting energies in the air. So it's okay. Hi,
Yeah.
everyone. I'm Lubna Eraji. I'm an executive coach, and I work with biopharma and healthcare executives who are in career transition. I help them advance in their career, level up their career, and manage their career in a proactive way.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so that's just a little snippet of us, because we come every week, and now we push it to 1 o'clock, so that if you get back from lunch and you need a couple minutes before you start working again, this will help you on a Friday too. And some people take the Friday off. So what we are here to do, guys, to help you to up level and be the best that you can be in your career. And we have some tips for you today. So Dr. Lubna, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about the habits that can kill your career.
Yeah. Habits that can kill your career. Very important. So if you are, and I'm going to switch so that I can see all those people who are talking to us from LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn, or if you're on YouTube or on Facebook, put a comment in there. Tell us where you are tuning in from, right? So we're going to get ahead and start talking about it. So Dr. Lubna, help me here. What are some of
Yes.
the bad habits that we have at work that is killing our career, or going to get us fired, or prevent us
Mm.
from getting promoted?
Okay, so the first one we want to talk about is procrastination. What's procrastination? Why does it happen? I mean, everyone procrastinates, right? It's like when you're wasting time, you're not doing anything, you're not doing the work you're supposed to do, you're at work and you're just wasting time, I don't know, surfing the web or doing something else. But when this happens, you want to ask yourself what's behind that procrastination, because sometimes what you will notice is that there's another reason why you're procrastinating. you might be having an analysis paralysis, right? Maybe there's a task that's really, really difficult for you. You don't know how to start it. And then you're anxious, you're afraid that you're not going to complete it. And that can be one of the reasons why you might be procrastinating, right? There are different reasons, but
Awesome,
that's like the
awesome.
main one I can think about. Yeah.
When I was a kid, they used to say procrastination is the thief of time, right? And I was
Yes.
talking this week about time, how time is limited, right? I was wondering, time or money, which one is more important? But time is limited. And when you procrastinate, it's like it's kind of a time waster. And sometimes we don't know. And I know that we procrastinate because we are afraid. And that goes back to what you do so well, Dr. 𝐓𝐿𝓈, mindset, right? You are afraid to start something. You are afraid you don't know how is going to come out. You're afraid of making mistakes, right? You're afraid of, because in this society, people tell you have to be perfect, right? The same situation that you get at school, when we were growing up, we were brainwashed to think that we have to be perfect, and that is a problem. And I hope that they will address that in schools, because kids do not have to be perfect. And we get nervous. Why do we get nervous, right? So procrastination sometimes at work, when you're doing the job, is not because you don't want to start, but you're so afraid of starting. And so another thing that would help, that Dr. 𝐓𝐿𝓈, is preparation, right? So
Yes.
preparation,
Yes.
work up ahead, and prevent us from procrastinating, so we can
Yes.
start.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome.
Preparation, planning, thinking ahead, even asking people for help, as long as you're moving the needle further. That's what's important, because you're at work. You don't want to waste your time, and you don't want to waste your organization's time. They're paying you, they're counting on you. And yeah, it's not,
And
yeah,
another
it's not the right
problem
thing
with,
to do.
and another thing, I just want to say one more thing about the cost to the organization when you procrastinate. Because if you're doing a project and the project has to, with cost and scope and time, it will what they call scope creep, right? Because what happens, it takes longer, it costs more money, and
Mhm.
you're not going to be able to get the right projects, the plum projects. And trust me, your manager or your company will be hurting. They will be losing money. And at the end of the day, we know that they hire us not because we're beautiful, because we're all beautiful. If you're looking on the screen now, if those people on wisdom were to see the screen, you will see how beautiful Dr. 𝐓𝐿𝓈 and I are. But they never hired us because we were pretty or beautiful. Or they hired us because we were able to save them money. We were able to help them to make money, right? They want the bag, they want the money, because guess what? If they don't have money, they cannot hire other people. They cannot invest in other projects. The bank will come and take over their business. They will go into bankruptcy. So it is very important, guys, that when you work in an organization, you consider this not only you, it is also the team. And when you procrastinate too, what you have is bottlenecks. Because when
Yeah.
all the work is piled up on your desk and you can push it through to the next person in the process, that is a big thing. That is a big thing. So if you're on LinkedIn, then you can make some comments. Let us know what you think about this subject, and we are going to move straight into number 2. What's the second
Mhm.
thing, Doctor?
Before we go there, Yvonne, I just wanted to add that when you're aware that you're procrastinating and you don't feel like working, you don't feel like doing anything, still make sure that you're taking some action, even if it's little action, but take some type of action. Don't stop completely, because restarting will be much harder.
That's
Okay,
true.
do something, even a little, like mini project or a mini component of the project you're working on. Just do something. Okay, you don't need to finish the whole thing.
And watch your timelines too, right? If you have a
Yes.
set time to do it, start watching timelines and do mini set times for the mini tasks that you're going to do to
Yes.
help that. That is so very important. And also, guys, don't be afraid to talk to somebody. Talk
Mhm.
to your manager. Talk to somebody in the company who can help you. Talk to a friend outside who has done a project like this before in another organization. You know, people call me all the time to find out. Started this new job. I'm stressing. Oh my goodness, when people just start new jobs, that is the big thing. The guys, they're stressed out sometimes because they don't understand certain things. Sometimes you need a mentor and a trusted friend that you can call and ask a couple questions. So remember, have that trusted friend, have a mentor, have somebody you can run the things by, somebody you can put a WhatsApp or a chat to and say, I'm doing this right now. What do you think? You never know the suggestions that you can take in the moment that is going to save you your job. And I think your job is your life because you have to pay the bills with that money. So,
Yeah.
Dr. Lubna, you wanted to get on to the second one.
Second one, habit, the habit of complaining. Aha. Some people are not happy at their jobs. They're not happy with the colleagues. They're not happy with the boss. And they start complaining about the hours, complaining about different things. And you know what? I mean, I guess by experience, I would say that whatever we share will be shared with more people. So if you don't want this information to be disseminated, you keep it to yourself. And if there's something bothering you, try to get to the bottom of it. Try to solve it. Okay? Talk to people, get help, but the complaining doesn't
I
doesn't help.
I
And
know
it's not professional. It's not.
that's true. And you know what? I think at some point in all of our lives, we complained about something,
Oh
right?
yes,
But
yes.
oh God. Because sometimes you get into a company to work and the process, oh my goodness, why do they do it this way? I think they could have done it that way because sometimes we only see the small picture, but somebody ahead of us is seeing the big picture, and sometimes we are not
Yes.
advised about what the big picture is. And even if we have worked with another company and did it another way, there are lots and lots of things that we can complain about. Now, if it is about other staff members who you're not getting along with, I think you should go and have that conversation with your colleague. If it is about the process, you should have those conversations with your manager because companies want to be productive. And when you complain, the problem about complaining is that they think you're negative and toxic. Honestly, even if it is it's a complaint which is, it is justified. Sometimes it is justified, and you as an employee get stuck because everybody is think, oh, she's always complaining, she's negative, she's toxic. And anytime a company sees you as toxic, start packing up your desk. Somebody, you're going to get fired because they don't want you to change the dynamics of the team. Okay,
Yes.
so that is very important, that when you work in an organization, you don't work alone, you work in a team. And if you are changing the dynamics of the team, guys, you might say you have just become a number. They're
Yeah.
just going to kick you out. So you have to ensure that you are not changing team dynamics. And you might say, oh, the company don't care about people. Sometimes, yes, they don't, but sometimes they do. But because they have to take care of 7 other people, it's a team thing. Sometimes you get in this you get dispensable, and they just decide this person gotta go. This person gotta go. But listen, I'm just gonna say one more thing.
Yes.
It's good. You can go with a complaint, but if it is often, it's going to be a problem. And when you go with a complaint, bring 2 solutions. Say to your manager, this thing is not working out. Here are 2 other things that maybe we should try. Because when
Yes.
you do it that way, it will not appear as if it is a complaint. This is a good way to complain, okay? You go with your complaint, but bring 2 solutions. What do you think about that, Lou?
Yes, exactly, Yvonne. That's exactly what I was going to mention. Come up with solutions. And I was going to say that it's about your mindset. Again, okay, it's about your mindset. If you have a fixed mindset, you're going to be complaining, you're going to be looking at everything in a negative way, your brain is not going to be able to come up with solutions, you're going to see that glass half empty. Okay, But if you switch to a positive mindset, to a growth mindset, you're going to sit, you're going to reflect on the reasons why things are not working the way you would like them to work. And then you're going to come up with solutions. You're going to become a problem solver. Always hone that problem solving skill, hone it and share with others and show them that, you always have solutions to things, right? Or at least come up with a couple of ideas. Maybe they're not able to implement your solutions, but show your manager and show your team that you're there and you're taking a proactive approach to solving things.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, those are very guys. These are nuggets we're dropping here, and those who are watching on the replay, put when you come up to watch, just put that you're watching on the replay because we would like to know that when we come and we put this information out there, you are using it. If you're on LinkedIn, sometimes I don't see the people on LinkedIn. I don't know what's happening to the system, but after the live stream, I see all of the comments and everything. And I've last happened last time when we were here. So if you're watching on LinkedIn, just put some comments in the chat box. We call it comment section, so that we can know that you are watching on LinkedIn. And if you would like to contact Dr. 𝐿𝓉'𝓈, let me give you her handle. She has a digital business card. Okay, and I'm going to show it if you can see it on the screen on LinkedIn. Meet drloubna.com. It is meet drloubna.com. If you are on Wisdom, put in your browser meet meet drloubna.com. And the reason why she has a digital business card is because it shows all her digital spaces. It shows that she has a website. You can click on her website there. It also shows the other spaces. It shows her Instagram, where she is lively and alive every day putting stuff up. It also shows her LinkedIn, where you can go and connect with her. The reason why we're using digital business cards, guys, is because we are using technology. We want the technology. We are using technology because I think it's the best way. It's almost like a cheat sheet of all the places where you can find her in one place, right?
Thank you,
So
Yvonne. Thank you.
drloubna.com. I want you to remember that, okay? And I will tell you what mine is next time after we do the next couple, right? But I also have a digital business card, and we are using that right now because guess what? If you want to work with people, we're making it easy for you. I just wanted to say that. The reason why we're making it easy for you, you should not hire a coach or anybody to write your resume or anything who doesn't have a digital footprint, who doesn't have, who is not on LinkedIn, have a website, or in other spaces where they are sharing or giving information, some free and some paid. You know why? Because those are the places where you go and you find people live who are saying, yes, I work with Dr. 𝐿𝓉'𝓈 and here are my results. You can see that on LinkedIn. Because it is hard to find people these days who can give you the right information to help you when you're ready to search. It is very hard. You can't go into one place. You have to go into more than one places. People, don't just go on one place and search. Go into more than one places till you see how they show up in those places. I'm telling you, I've hired people before and I've been burned because I just use one medium, right? You have to use more than one media, okay? Sources, because it is very important. You have to Google them too. We are all Googleable, right? If that's a word. Google has become a verb. No, I can Google you, I can Google that. We are Googleable, so it's an adjective. Googleable, we are Googleable. Google the people. See how they show up on different places. See if they are in different spots. But we're making it easy for you. We have a business card, meet drloubna.com. So let's go back to number 3 now. What are we talking about now? Let us do a reset. We're talking about this habits that kill careers, and we're giving you 7. And
Yep.
the third one, I'm just going to let Dr. 𝐿𝓉'𝓈,
The third,
advertise them. What's the third one?
so the third one is gossiping, speaking in unflattering ways about others, sharing tasteless jokes, Yeah, bad mouthing people.
This is bad itself, right? Bad mouth people. Listen, guys, when you're at work, I know it's hard. People, mess around you. I was going to use another word. Okay. It's not appropriate for here. So let us keep it professional. But sometimes you just want to curse them off. In Jamaica, we say we cuss them out. Okay. You just want to curse them out and you want to say some awful words about them at work. I'm on a platform that is called another platform, not Wisdom. Wisdom is a little more decent. There's one that is called Clubhouse, and oh God, some of the rooms, people are cursing people out, guys. How you show up. Don't show up like that at work. You're gonna get fired. Can't be calling people names. You can't be getting personal, calling them names and
Yeah.
saying unflattering things about people. Number one, it's a mindset thing. You can't be saying
Yes.
unflattering things about yourself, right? The words that you speak will come back to hurt you. Don't say unflattering things about your children. Don't say unflattering things about your employees. And I know that some of the men like to say things, some words that are not workplace appropriate. But what does that do for you when you go and say those unflattering things and you use that kind of words
Yes.
at work, right? The edgy,
Yes.
the raunchy humor, and speaking about people in unflattering ways, you're not showing good judgment and you will not be presented with the opportunities at work for promotion because that also is a part of your communication. Dr. Lubna.
Yes, like when someone gossips, it gives me the message that whatever they're doing with other people, they'll do it with me. Gossipers, they gossip about everyone and about everything. So don't think that because they're sharing and flattering things about others, they will not do it about you. So, I mean, rule number one is not to listen, or to tell them to stop and, yeah, don't participate into the situation. And if you're the one who's gossiping, ask yourself why you're doing that. People usually who gossip, it's because they lack confidence. I don't know, maybe they're jealous about people's success, but there's something wrong going on with the mindset. Okay. We're constantly talking about the mindset, but I would say that every answer to every misalignment, every bad habit has to do with our mindset. So every time you find yourself engaging into gossip, I mean, ask yourself, oh my God, why am I doing that? Why am I saying that? And I should stop, because I'm going to reflect the wrong image of not being professional, you know? Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
to
remember,
me, it's not good message.
remember you want that promotion. And when you show up
Hmm.
like that, people are going to say, how you do one thing is how you do
Yes.
everything. Remember that. How you do one thing is how you do everything. You look at those people who always miserable gossiping, and remember when you say something about somebody and it goes back to them, it always remember we used to play. I don't know if you guys, you probably didn't grow up like me, but we used to tie strings on cans as telephone because I grew up when
Yeah.
telephone was early, the telephone. So we used to play the telephone, and by the time you say the thing to the next person beside you, to the next, by the time it gets around, it's different. It is the same thing when you say things about people. When they hear it back, I call it rats. Ratting. When you go ratting on people,
Yeah.
remember. So when you start gossiping about people, you become a rat, and you know what rats are, right? We don't want to be rats, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So those are very unflattering things. We don't want to do that because how you do one thing is how you do everything. That's a mindset thing.
Yes. Yvonne, and you and I think we have the same style when it comes to saying things. We say things the way they are. Okay? We're saying it the way it is. We're not sugarcoating, embellishing. Don't gossip. No. I mean, a lot of people gossip and it's not the right thing to do. So we're
No,
telling you guys the way it is.
we're just saying don't be a rat, okay?
That's it.
Okay, yeah, we're not joking about it, but it can be
Yeah.
very dangerous too, in
Yeah.
organizations, guys. So if you catch yourself doing it, just remember Yvonne and Lubna says, don't be a rat, because how you appear to people is gonna be like it's what you show, it's how you brand. Everything nowadays is about branding. You're
Yes.
branding yourself, and how you
It
people will
is.
think that how you do one thing is how you do everything. thing,
Yes,
right?
Ivan, this is a great point you just brought up. All of those habits we're going to talk to you about, they can either upgrade or kill your brand and your career. Okay, so you can up level your branding by focusing on not doing those things and being the professional you want to be, or you can follow those habits and then you're going to kill your brand. You're not going to get promoted, you're not going to get uh, any advancement in your career.
And we're all about advancement, right? And even if you're
Yes.
starting from career to business, which we also help people to do, guys, and we want to for you to do well in businesses, especially when you start your business. These are good things to. We don't have time for that stuff, right? You gotta be focused. You gotta stop, the stuff where people talk about people watching people. So that's a bad habit. So we are going to go to the number 4. What are the fourth habit that can kill your career?
Alors,
What
number
one?
4 is tardiness.
Yep.
Not respecting the time, not starting your meetings on time, always being late. And what type of message does this convey? I mean, this is one of my pet peeves. I don't like people. I don't like people who are late. Okay? I mean, okay, life happens. I could be late too, but like some people do it over and over and over. And what's the message? What do you think is the message that they're conveying? Oh, you know what? My time is more valuable than yours. You can stay there and wait for me. I mean, if you show up late to all meetings, what do you think your manager is going to think? And if you're a team leader or a team manager and you're constantly showing up late to meetings, the message is going to be that you're not respecting your team. They will start showing up late as well, and that's not professional at all.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And it shows that you're not really serious about what you're doing, right? Because
Yes.
you're going to, and as you say, when you're late for meetings, it means that you don't respect the other people's time. And we don't say sometimes things don't happen, but I think the best thing that you can do is send a quick message to say something has happened and I'm going to show up, because you have to mitigate. Life happens, as you said, right? I'll be showing up 10 minutes late, or I'll be showing up 5 minutes late.
Yes.
Normally people will give you 10 minutes, right? The same thing about meetings, same thing about going to work late. And a lot of times people don't know that it's very important that you show up to work early.
Yes.
Another thing too is showing up for meetings, showing up for work. And we're talking about punctuality, but we're also talking about regularity. I've known people who got fired because they're constantly sick, and we know as managers that they're not constantly sick. When you're sick all the time, we know it, and you should discuss that with your manager. If you have any issues, you might be saying, why should I tell them my personal business? We're not saying that you have to go into your office and tell the details of your personal business, but when you get into your office, you should share with the manager if there's something that is going on for a time that is going to keep you away from the office, or it's going to prevent you from coming in early. Because remember, guys, this is their company, this is their investment, so they will understand. But I know I have a colleague, and he used to be sick all the time. Oh my God, every month he's sick. And then we tried to find out if there was an issue, and we just couldn't get it out of him until the performance wasn't there. If you're hired to place people and you're not placing anybody, you don't have a job, right? Because you're hired to place people. That's a metric that we use to measure. Well, if we say you're a recruiter and you are to place people, if you're even to place 2 people, 3 people, or whatever a month, whatever, right? You place non-month 1, non-month 2, non-month 3. So we're just paying you to sit down there. So if you're not
Mm.
showing up, if you're not being productive, if you're doing nothing, as I said, nobody's hiring you because you're beautiful. They are hiring you because they have a problem to solve. Right, right, Dr. Lubna? What do
Yes,
you think?
yes, yes. People want results. People look at the bottom line. If people are starting businesses, it's because they want to make a profit and they want the best people to be part of their teams. Okay, it's not just like we're not just starting a business for the sake of sharing that information with the general public, but we want to make profits. We want to serve clients, we want to help others, and it takes many people to get the ball rolling.
Absolutely. And most businesses are hard, guys. 80% of small businesses fail. Don't let them boast of you, come on these places and say, I'm making millions. Don't listen to that. It's not true. 870, the statistic shows that between 75 and 80% of small businesses fail. Now,
Yeah.
nowadays, you have a lot of businesses that are doing digital stuff and they are making some money, but it's a lot of hard work, right? And because if it was easy, everybody would be, we wouldn't have anybody to hire, everybody would be doing it. So there are some risks involved. So when you go to the work, listen, you have to run it like, you have to pretend like, okay, this is my business. If you want to get a promotion and they see that you're working hard, you're working well, you're working smart. And as I saw a video yesterday on YouTube that say you should stop working hard, I wanted to watch it because I wanted to try to understand what the woman was trying to get to. But I think she was trying to say, you shouldn't work hard. You should collaborate or network to get the promotion. But I have to go back and watch it because I think some hard work has to be in there too.
Of course, Yvonne.
Put
Come
some
on.
work in there,
Yeah.
guys.
No, no,
Gotta
no.
put some
Work
work.
work is involved. You don't want to burn out, but that's another topic for another day.
Work.
But work, yeah, no. Everyone needs to put the work in. No, nothing
Gotta put
happens
some
like
work
that.
in.
No.
What
Mm-mm.
about number 5, Dr. Lubnok? What's the number
Uh,
5?
Number five,
Yeah.
communication skills.
Ah,
People who have poor communication skills. You cannot just focus on technical skills, hard skills, and put on the side the soft skills. Okay, and the soft skills include communication, written communication, oral communication, verbal and non-verbal communication. Okay, there are different things you need to be aware of. How you communicate via different channels, right? When you're one-on-one, when you're talking to an audience, when you're sending emails, when you're expressing your disagreement. Do you show everything, on your face, through your body language? So there are different things to be aware of, okay? And when you have poor communication skills and you're doing all the right things and sending negative vibes and energy to people, guess what? You're not the one who's going to get promoted, okay? So be aware of all of those things. Maybe you're doing all the work and the hard work and you're sitting at your desk and you're doing so many things, but it's not the only thing that counts these days. Okay, so be aware. The first step is to have enough emotional intelligence to have the awareness. Okay, and actually emotional intelligence includes self-awareness and awareness of others amongst uh, multiple traits.
awesome, awesome. I was just checking for the comments. I see a comment in there, which I think it might be a spam. But that is very important, the communication skills, because guys, good communication is a hallmark of getting promoted, because that's one of the skills that because you said, Dr. Lubna, it's a transferable skill, right? And it is the skill that is going to get you promoted. It might not even be the one that got you hired, because sometimes they look at the core skill if they have a, but it's a part of it. But if you want that promotion, if you want a higher level job, if you want a senior management job, then you have to know how to communicate with people, right? If you want a promotion in your company, you have to know who you're going to communicate and collaborate with inside of the company in order to get that promotion. If you want to, I would say sharpen up those communication skills, know how to ask good questions, know how to ask better questions so that you will be able to get the information that you need to do your job. Okay, know how.
Mhm.
Don't be shy. Go to your manager, speak with your manager when you need something, because if you don't ask, you don't get. If you need a better project, anything like that, don't be shy. And as we say, it all comes back to mindset. Do not be afraid, because I think
Yes.
fear is because of what we are thinking about ourselves and about the situation. So communication skill is very important. I'm not going to run through that anymore because Dr. Lubna did talk about a lot of those, right? A
So
lot of,
you just mentioned something that brought another thought, and even during meetings, right? How you prepare for the meeting, how you set expectations, how you communicate with your manager, how you make sure that you are communicating the right way with everyone in your team, how you make sure that you're understanding correctly the messages that are being sent to you. Okay, all those little things are important. And how you take a more proactive approach into understanding the expectations, and making sure not to blame others for mistakes, but rather try to understand where the problem started, try to understand what the expectations were, and ask for feedback. Okay, constructive feedback.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's very important. Communication. We can, and we did some lunch and learns about communication before. If you'd like us to talk about communication again, or specific aspects of communication, skills, how you can communicate in your workplace to get that bag, as they call it, the Americans say get that bag, but they mean get the money or get the promotion and get to the money, then we are open to have another conversation about that. So, Dr. Lubna, what's the next one? I think we are at number.
Uh, this builds into the communication you just mentioned earlier. Communicate with others. So, a lack of networking and collaboration skills. And I think we mentioned that very briefly earlier. You don't want to be sitting at your desk on your own, just doing the work and thinking that you're going to get better at what you do, you're going to learn on your own, you're going to get promoted. No, you're working with other people, and you get to network, you get to collaborate, you get to share ideas, you get to brainstorm. Because when you have a variety of skills that are brought to the table, you become a better team. You're yeah, and what you want to be striving to build a high performance team. Okay, and everything is built on trust, on building relationships, on trusting one another. So it's very important to network actually within your company and also outside of your company. And that's part of your branding, right? We were talking earlier about
Yeah.
what can help or not with your branding. So that's part of it. For example, people who are on LinkedIn, I mean, we tell them that, networking on a regular basis is a must. Connect to, I don't know, 3, 4 people every week. That's the least you want to connect to. Okay. People who will bring something interesting if you add them to your network. And within the company, you want to be networking because you want to increase your visibility. You want people to see you. You want them to understand what you're bringing to the table. You want them to start thinking about you as the person who's going to get promoted and and fill the next position. Okay, so this is work that's ongoing.
That's awesome because as you were saying that people who are on LinkedIn right now, and it's a professional network, guys, with 830 million profiles and over 68 million businesses. That's where you go to do business to business. That's the only platform really that you can have search for somebody by title in a company that you want to work with, and you contact them directly and all that, or go through their gatekeeper. You can know everybody. If you want a job at Microsoft right now, you can go on LinkedIn and know who the senior people are, who are the gatekeepers, when everybody are to connect with them. And if you want to do that, if those are your what you want to do, then of course you're going to go and make sure you connect with some of those people who are in your field of endeavor, right? Who are working in your field, your market. You don't have to necessarily connect with random people, but if you are focused, that's what you should be doing on LinkedIn. Know all the people. If you're QA in cannabis, if you're QA, if you're an Android developer, if you want to do AI, if you want to do work in the metaverse, if you want to do those things, then you go and find like people, like groups, like-minded people. Connect with them and have those conversations. Look at what they're posting, comment on those things that they are posting so that you can be front of mind or top of mind when you have an issue or when you want to get into their DMs to ask them a question. A lot of people don't know how to network in those places, but we have done that before. We've talked about that
Mm-hmm,
before, so we're not
mm-hmm,
going to go
mm-hmm.
over that. And in your organization, you know the right people. Network with people on your level, below your level, and above your level, above your pay grade, I would say. I don't like to use the
Yes.
level, below and above your pay grade, and also within your pay grade. So that, because guess what? People like to do business with people who they know, they like, and they trust. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Now we are at number 7. But before we go
Seven.
there, guys, if you want to connect with me, and I gave you Dr. Lubna's meet coachyvonne.com. So I shortened it for you because I also have what I call a digital business card. And the reason why I did that, because I'm everywhere. I'm on Wisdom, right? I'm on Clubhouse. I'm on Breakout. There's another audio app that's called Breakout.
Oh,
Yes, there's a lot. We're breaking out, you know. And
okay.
they say in order to help people, you should be omnipresent. So we're everywhere. If you're in business right now and listening to me, omnipresence is the new thing, because when you're all on all these media, you show up, people know you, right? Even if they don't interact with you, but your footprint is there. So we are creating our digital footprint. And why not send you one place where you can see all my digital footprint? So meetcoachyvonne.com. So Dr. Lubna, what's number 7?
Number 7, that the habit that could kill your career is to spend long hours of working time, of company time on social media and doing things that are not work related. I mean, we're not saying that it's not okay to take breaks. No, you need to take breaks, but you don't want to be spending time that you're supposed to work doing personal things, right? It's yeah, like just think about it. It's just an ethical thing, right? Even if nobody's watching you, even if nobody pays attention, but trust me, I'm sure you've noticed people who have done that, and if you do it, people will notice as well. So don't fool yourself. If you're not doing the work, people will notice. So
I'm,
yeah,
I'm
just
going to
be
say
focused on
something. They say, wake it up. I'm going to wake it up. When I should turn on Wisdom and some people come up and talk. I could also do that. You know, I can get participants in the conversation sometimes by
oh
bringing on.
nice. Oh,
Yeah,
that's the new feature you mentioned, right?
always on Wisdom. There are 37 people listening right now. And if
Oh
I
nice.
turn on
Hello,
the
hello, wisdom people.
hello, Wisdom people. I love Wisdom. I have not been on. I should start being a little bit more often there, because a lot of people will listen, and you can actually see how many people are listening. 39 people, right? So
Nice.
so when you think the LinkedIn people, okay, I'm not gonna say lazy LinkedIn people. They have to bombard it.
Busy, busy. They're busy.
Notice empowering words from me today, friends. Wisdom is a really great one, Dr. Lumna. You should create an account there, and then we can go
With
on there.
wisdom? Sure. I know.
Listen, when you see that 39 people are listening to you, it's just a little different that you can only
That's
bring up
nice.
one person at a time to enjoy the conversation. But it is actually a little bit more intimate and less intimidating, like say a clubhouse, where yeah, it's
Mm,
less intimidating. It's really very nice.
okay.
You can even do a one-on-one coaching with somebody there if they have an issue. So yeah,
Nice.
some audio.
Okay.
Let me invite you to join Wisdom.
I will. I will. I'm
Yes.
following your footsteps. That's not a problem. I'll do that.
We look like me and you, so we should always support our people. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. So yes, being on social media a lot. So let me wake it up. They say time is the new currency. That means if you're stealing your time from your employer, you're stealing currency. Okay, right? So that's a wake up. Don't steal time from your managers, guys, because guess what? Time is very important. They hire you for, say a day in the life of you, whatever you do, and you spend half of the day on social media. Because social media can be very, what should I say, addictive, right? Some of the stuff that is there. That doesn't mean that every, like in your lunchtime or your break time, you can go for a little laugh, right? On a TikTok video that resonates or something. but it can be very addictive. So just know that people have been let go or fired or dismissed summarily because they spend too much time on social media. When I started out in recruiting, they used to ban social media those times from people going onto social media. But most companies realize that it is a resource. Social media, Google is a resource. There are platforms that you can learn things, right? I've been at work before and I go on YouTube and learn something, right? You can learn things from social media. So you must just be intentional about
Mhm.
what you're doing on social media. If you have a resource that you want to learn something and you think management might think you're on social media a lot, if you're learning something new about your job and you can and you're learning it on YouTube, just tell them. So you see something interesting on YouTube and you're going to be watching it for like 15, 20 minutes. Most YouTube videos are like that you can learn anything from anyways, like 20 minutes long, 15 to 20. So just tell them about it. But don't spend all your time watching these cooking shows on say Facebook that the people have never finished cooking. They start cooking and the cooking never finish. I watched one the other day, one night, and I'm saying, why can't the man just finish cooking the darn thing? So I just want to make sure I say that. So be careful, people. Career professionals, it's very important that you know that time is the new currency, and
Yes.
management is watching to see how you're spending their time. Have something to say about that?
So, so yes, Yvonne, and sometimes some people make the mistake to go look for personal things on work computer. If it's something that's really personal, I mean, everyone does that. We're not going to say we're not looking for personal things, but be smart about it. Okay? Don't go look for things because sometimes things are traceable and it's not appropriate. It's just not appropriate, right? It's not appropriate to do those things.
Awesome,
And it's
awesome,
common sense, but sometimes it's not common sense to everyone. So we're
exactly.
just bringing this up.
Awesome. I did turn on the ask guests to join, and I know I just turned it on, and we are almost to the end of this. But if there's anybody on wisdom that want to come and join the conversation
Yeah.
with Lubna and Yvonne, Coach Yvonne, we would be happy for that because I think that
Yes.
could be a good thing that when we're on here every Friday, and we are doing it at 1 o'clock now, not 11:30, because we find 11:30 might be a little too early, because when we do this we also prepare for it. We prepare some Canva things because it has to look pretty on YouTube and LinkedIn. Guys, wisdom, you don't have to see the prettiness, like like the nice things that we, like what do you call it, visual. So we have to do some nice visuals, and that also takes time. But if you would like to come on and say hi to us on a Friday when we get here, it would be very nice. And we're going to start doing this every Friday, which we do most Fridays, unless life gets into the way, at one
Mhm.
o'clock. And we're going to turn on the ask your guest to join. So if you're there and you'd like to join us, you can just come on and we will bring you on so you can talk to Dr. Lubna and Yvonne, because guess what? We are helping career professionals. But my husband always say, do you know that you're also helping employers? Because we are trying to encourage better employees. That's what
Mhm.
we do. Because when you take care of your career, it is very nice because you are also taking care of your boss's business because you're showing up
Yes.
best that you can be in your career. What do you think about that, Dr. Lubna?
I love this. I love it. Yes. And that's a great mindset to have because sometimes people that they think that advancing their career or leveling up their career means to go somewhere else. No, no. What's important is to know how you can grow within your current position, within your current organization, and do your best to get promoted and earn more. And of course, when nothing and nobody is helping you, then you can start thinking about moving somewhere else if that's what you want to do, right? But what's important when you become a better person, you become a better employee, you're not only going to help yourself, but you're going to help your team, your organization, your community. So every time you have to think about the impact you want to make, It's not just about you all the time. Each one of us is here uh, with the purpose, and we get to start thinking that way. It's not just about me and my selfish person and what I'm getting out of things, but how can I serve better? How can I help people better? How can I make a bigger impact? And that's where everybody starts benefiting from any new learning, any growth that you acquire.
Awesome, because that is so very important, Dr. Lubna, and to my 41 plus audience here on Wisdom, if you can see, which is great.
Yes,
You feel better now, right?
that's
Because we
good.
get to see, sometimes we don't get to see the people on Facebook until I log on back there, because you can't see everything on what we're seeing right now. But this is so very important, because we are trying. I just finished coaching a gentleman, and he makes just over $200,000 a year. Not a bad job, right? Because for a director level position, and
Mhm.
he wanted options, because he's in an organization. He was seeing some things that he wants some clarity on, whether he should stay within the organization or move out of the organization and look somewhere else. When you spend 10 years within an organization, it's not easy. People don't just make the decision to just get up and go, right? Because you're here, you understand it. He wanted some clarity. And he was so happy when we were done, because he got the clarity he needed, whether he was going to stay there, serve his current employer, or he was going to move to another company. People will pay you to get the clarity they need, because I tell you something.
Yeah.
This mindset thing, this mind over matter, this thing that you go home and worry every night because something is not right at work, people
Mm.
will pay you to get rid of the worry. And guess what? At the end of the day, he stayed. He stayed in
Fantastic.
the
Yeah.
organization. He started seeing things differently, because, as they
Yes.
say, when you start looking at things differently, things another way, you will see things differently. So he started
Yes.
looking at things differently. And now he was so happy that he went through that. It was like 2 month process. We went through some mind shifting mindset. We went through some clarity issues. We went through and talk about the issues that he was having. He just wanted a mentor, somebody to share with, to who has been there, right? So that is
Yes.
what we do. We don't only help people who are looking for jobs. We help people who are
It's
in
much
organizations.
more.
There's so much more, guys. We are
Much more.
mentors. We have been there. Dr. Lubna has.
Yes.
I have been there, right, in various positions, teaching at universities, mentoring people, working in recruitment, working at high levels in organization at director levels, working as an employee right up to director. So who would you want to help you in your organization? And also we're looking at teams, leadership,
Mhm. Mhm.
high performing teams. So when I help the directors of an organization, I am actually helping lots of employees, because he goes back with a different mindset. He goes back
Yes.
with a different attitude. He goes back seeing things differently, because many organizations does not do this type of training. You don't get them in university. You don't get them when you did your MBA. I never got it when I did mine. You don't get them when you do your PhD. Dr. Lubna probably did not get some of this stuff when she did hers, because it is different when you start working and start interacting with people, right? So this is
Yes,
what we do.
Yvonne, this is fantastic. Fantastic information. Yes. And yes, anything you haven't learned at school or on the job, I mean, when you get support, either from a mentor, from a coach, it's because you want to get to the next level in your life. You care about personal development. That's one of the components of the wheel of life. All right, the health, the wellness, the finances, and personal development is a very important component. And it's not just about getting a job and being paid, but how do you want to become a better person? A better person for yourself, for your family, for your employer, for your teammates, for everyone around you. And that's why we keep saying that people should, they should take a proactive approach to managing their career. You don't want to sit there and just expect to get promoted without you thinking about what you want from your career. You want to plan for it. You want to gain the clarity about where you're heading. You want to gain the clarity about what you want. What do you want to be 2 years from now? Okay, let's take 1 year and 2 years. We're not going to go beyond because maybe it's difficult sometimes to do 5 years and beyond. It's possible, but let's look next year. Where do you see yourself in 2 years? Where do you see yourself, and how are you preparing for that? Are you
Awesome.
being proactive, or are you just sitting there? Oh my God, I'm going to keep doing my work. No, 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 no. There are multiple things to think about and also a way of being. So, like you said, Yvonne, when your client gained the clarity, he started looking at things differently and exploring the possibilities and the perspectives. So, that's the beauty of coaching. And that's what we do every day with our amazing clients. Yeah.
And one thing I was going to also, one day we should talk also about, because I know you're very successful financially wise, and me too, financially wise. One day we should have maybe another one, it could be next week, about financial success in your career, because a lot of people don't think, understand how you are able to have a job and still be be financially secure, right? And maybe we
Mhm.
probably could just give ideas, not financial advice, but ideas of how, what do you do, like, as you say, when you're doing working and stuff like that. So we have a lot of things, because you were talking
Yeah.
about the wheel of life, and while you were talking about the wheel of life, I thought of other areas of the wheel that we need, that career professionals need to advance and up level and
Yes.
understand, so that they can be happy, right? So that they can travel and stay at the best hotels, so that they
Yes.
time, so that they can plan their life, right? So
That's
that's what we want, because Dr. Lubna lives a happy life, guys. I also live a happy life. Sad story to tell you, but it is true. We have up leveled, we are living a happy life. So that is why I say sad story, but tell, because a lot of people don't think you
we're
can.
happy and still have our challenges, okay? Nothing is pink all the time.
But we have a happy life, because we have lived a life of in career, and we have built a great life in career, and we have seen it all, and now we live at a time when we are able to give back, where we are able to
Yes.
influence and build a legacy. And there are many of you who are still in the building stage. We are in the legacy and the inspirational stage, right? So a lot of
Okay.
people are in different stages of their lives. So we are here to inspire you to grow, right? Because we're built already. I mean, at 30 odd, 40 odd, we were building, right? And Dr. Lubna is much younger than I am, but I know she has built and I have built. We're here to help you to build, so that when you reach a stage like us, then you can give back and influence. Because
Yes.
when you don't have it, some people want to influence from early. Well, that's good too, but when you cannot pour from an empty cup. So when you don't have it, when you have not been there, it's hard for you to pour into other people, right?
Mm-hmm,
When you're
mm-hmm.
struggling, sometimes it's hard for you to pour in, because you are also struggling. It's hard for you to lift people up. It's hard for you to inspire people, right? That doesn't mean you can't. But
Yeah.
that's what we are here to do, to help you. So, Dr. Lumna, you have any final words for our for the
Uh,
people on Wisdom and all the people on LinkedIn and the other places that have been listening to us?
yes. Yes. We've gone through many challenges. We've learned the hard way sometimes. And we're sharing those nuggets, about what to do and what not to do with you. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So we are on YouTube, guys, and this is almost like an hour. Like people come and watch, but they're not going to watch for a whole hour. They will watch parts of this. So what we are going to do now, we are going to go out with our little outro. But remember to find Dr. Lubna. You find Lubna Iraji on LinkedIn, or you go to her her digital business card. And what is it again, Dr. Lubna?
Meet drlubna.com.
Meetdrlubna.com. So she also have her, .com, and mine is meetcoachyvonne.com. Okay. So remember to do that. And we are going to go out with our little music. Awesome, awesome. Okay, for those people who are on wisdom, it was nice to be with you today. And what we're going to do the next time, we're going to open it up early. So if you want to cut in and give us some ideas or talk to us so we can have some interaction there. So we'll see you next week, but at 1 o'clock instead of 12:30. And this is Dr. Lubna and Yvonne saying, see ya.
Bye. Have a good weekend.